so well on this team. Like, that's part of the reason that C9 hasn't been able to get as many ganks off, because they pressure top so much, it forces C9 to elicit a response and have to sit a couple heroes there. I mean, Puck's been in position to gank Shadow Fiend multiple times, but his team just isn't around to help out due to the fact that they constantly have to go top to defend. So by putting pressure up there, Complexity is actually protecting their Shadow Fiend in a really great way.
Yeah, and now they'll move into this tower. They don't have much detection, though they do have some dust on the Spirit Breaker, who's also level 6. So if Big Daddy does show himself, they might be able to catch him out. Trax starting to stack up here. Just 2 out for now, Misery. But here we go.
He's going to lead for the ult. Doesn't get it.
Oh, God's Strength hasn't been used yet. That's just a Warcry. Glyph already comes out on the Tier 2 tower. C9.
It's almost dead. They're collapsing in, though. This looks good.
Envy.
Oh, what the initiation!
He catches 4 on a coil. The call down's going to connect on 4 as well. Mech from Complexity, but it's not enough. Cloud9 finally finding the fight they've been looking for. Laguna Blade not going to be enough for the kill either. It's a full 5-0 exchange. Cloud9 securing an ultra kill on Bone 7.
They didn't even have vacuum, and they were all vacuumed together. That was the most clumped team I've ever seen, and a very rare mistake from Complexity leads to a complete 5-man wipe. You don't even have to be fought to land that Dream Coil, but he nailed it, man. They just completely grouped up. They stayed a little bit too long, and C9 was in perfect positioning to punish that. Like, they were going to get kills there no matter what, because they stayed a bit too long. They used Warcry just to tank the tower, which means when the actual fight happens, the right clicks are serious. But not that that even would have saved them. That Shuriken started the fight off, hit like 5 heroes, because No Tail was so set up, and then the Puck combo, when done to all heroes, puts them low already, and then the entire rest of the team is able to follow up.
That's like that, was the King Ka, that roller coaster they've got that's just nothing but a straight downward spiral for 10 seconds. That's what this gold graph is here. So many track kills. Cloud9 have effectively taken control of this game. Very impressive stuff. That secures Eternal Envy his BKB. No big surprise there. Anything else on this courier? Nope, just the Black King bar. But Envy doing so much damage in that fight, setting up for the perfect call down and then all that flat cannon damage on top of it.
Yeah. C9 did such a good job this early game compared to the previous one. They defended against some of the ganks. They were able to slow down the tower pushes. They just didn't let Complexity take all the towers for free. And now they're in a good spot. Oh, pulling ZZ back. There's the ult as well. He's getting kind of low. Doesn't have Warcry just up. He's almost going to break the tether. He does break it. Called on lands on him. He's going to die. Oh, the mech's going to save him just barely, but they're losing 2 other heroes, and he's still going to fall. 3 dead heroes now for Complexity. And C9 pushing their advantage. They've got the BKBs, they've got the core items, they've got the initiating heroes, and Complexity is not looking nearly as strong in the team fight. So can they play from behind now? Because they are very clearly behind. That's 8 uncontested kills in a row for C9 now, and they got Trax on top of that.
Yeah, C9 just erupting with a fury of momentum here. They'll take out this Tier 2 tower pretty handily, and they may just want to rotate top and finish off this last Tier 1. They're hitting a 1 peak of their power curve here with this BKB on Envy, and they are eager to take fights if they can continue to do this. That'll be another tower down and a larger gold lead for the Dire. Now even a Yule's Scepter coming out on the Puck as they rotate bottom. Or, pardon me, never mind. Just Big Daddy. I thought they were TPing to that Tier 1, but just Big Daddy stalking him out.
He's got a fast Glimmer Cape, too.
Yeah.
I like the pickup, though. It's going to stop any Lina follow-up damage, which is a large amount of the burst damage that Complexity is going to be thrown out. Will they see the initiation? Puck's going to be going for... No, they're actually not going to go in. I think they're anticipating him being covered. And look how confidently he just goes forward and farms. He's been doing this consistently, and it tricks your opponents a lot. You're like, wow, that guy's playing so aggressively. He's not reacting at all to the fact that I got tracked, and he knows that his team will be there eventually. And yeah, it doesn't give anything away there. He just keeps farming, and nobody's willing to gank him because he's playing aggressive. He's playing confident.
Big pickup for the Rubik here. Misery able to secure his Blink Dagger. Always a scary item in the hands of the Grand Magus as Misery blinks down and actually breaks the smoke from Complexity. It'll probably cost him his life. There's nowhere for him to go. Gets off a telekinesis before he goes down. But all things considered, if it's just a dead Rubik, and that could have been an unfortunate gank where they pick up a few others, Cloud9 could be okay with that trade.
And here's the problem with the towers that Complexity aim for. It doesn't cover them in the Roche pit. It makes Roche a little bit more likely, harder to defend, really. Puck Orb is going to come through, hit nails and swim on. There's a call down, it might catch everybody. It does. Flies low, the ward from the high ground. How do you stop the damage? But they're actually doing it. They just killed 3 heroes and nobody went down there. I can't believe it.
It was a great setup from Cloud9, but I don't know what happened. Envy didn't get to use his BKB, and he just got evaporated.
Oh, jeez.
Well, that's what happened, I guess. There it is.
That's very clear. He must have gotten storm-hammered into Lena's stun. That's why Lena went low to the Death Ward, because they had to take that opportunity. If you're able to initiate stun a Gyrocopter, you got to go all in there, because if you kill him, that's what happens. The main damage output of C9 is gone, and Complexity coming back in this, all from a free Rubik kill, something that Rubik honestly was unable to expect, not seeing Complexity. And then that led to just a slightly poor team fight for C9, a late BKB, and it completely changes the game and puts Complexity back in it.
Yeah, it's still a gold lead for C9, but even footing here. With an Aegis on the Shadow Fiend, they can look for some aggressive plays and continue taking map objectives here. A double-stacked Ancients will be cleared out as Moonmeander picks up the Vanguard now.
I actually like that. I feel like this is a rare Crimson Guard game. Because Gyrocopter is not super far ahead, Flat Cannon will hit everybody, and it does physical damage. You can damage block that, and if you imagine every single person taking or blocking that damage with Crimson Guard, you're talking about a lot of numbers. It's going to be pretty equivalent to a mech at some point. Blocks when you activate it 55. So that's Gyro's hitting for only about 130 right now. He'll obviously grab maybe a Sanjin Yasha afterwards. I doubt it'll be a big damage item, and as a result, it's going to block a lot of damage on these, and they're going to have armor on top of that, so they damage block on top, and then tons of armor. They're going to have tons of survivability due to this.
Yeah, Crimson's really good against teams that have a lot of summons. You know, heroes like Beastmaster or what have you, Necronomicon carriers. But it's also just good to mitigate damage in general. The auto attacks really add up in these team fights. Even heroes like Puck, those auto attacks matter, and when you're mitigating 50% of that,
Before armor.
Yeah, before armor. It really makes a big difference. We'll see Moon here up against Bone 7. We'll force Bone to mech up, and wow, this Pugna's actually decently farmed. He's got a full soul booster to go with his mechanism.
Pugna farms so fast, man. His base damage is really high, so his right click is high, and then he has the highest int gain in the game, so tons of mana, which means any percentage-based mana regen that you get is going to really pump you up. And it looks like he's going for... I'm going to assume this is Octarine, but I'm not 100%. It seems a little weird.
The cool thing with Octarine is you can get the double Nether Ward down for a couple of seconds there. You get like a 3 or 4 second window. So Lena, for example, can completely cripple herself.
Charge coming mid. Will he BKB?
He does have a haste rune on.
But he's far away. Oh, will they get the chainsaw? They do!
He's
going to go down.
Oh, it's not enough.
He had to BKB there. Again, not BKB. I guess he just didn't think the rest of the heroes were there.
That time he was hasted up, though, so I can see why he would have thought Envy. There was a haste on the gyro, so I think that's why he thought he could get away and just wasn't quite ready for all that burst damage with the Lacuna.
Oh, bash on Misery now.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. That'll be an easy kill. And that's just a series of unfortunate pickoffs for Cloud9.
They had the game in their hands, but that Roche fight went bad, and now losing their carry once again. Fada going to do some damage. He's just trying to counter push out bot lane, but it's, man, they had the game in their hands. They defended so well in the early game, but a couple more teamfight losses, and Complexity is back in it completely. They're going to take another tower here. They'll defend bottom. Might be a gank bottom.
Charge on to Fata. He does phase shift the stun. He'll be able to blink away on the backside of it. Big Daddy's nearby. They get the tier 2 in the mid lane, and now Complexity will just rotate down and see if they can grab a couple kills. They ping out the tier 1 in the bottom lane, so they'll push this out and just continue taking these outer towers. S and Y on the Shadow Fiend now, and I think BKB is about out for the Sven.
Oh, they're trying for it.
Oh, no,
here
we
they
go.
Can't do this.
Ziz needs to be careful. In comes Z-Freak, though. They've got the dust now. It's Big Daddy who's on the run. A bash onto Fata. That'll secure the kill on that side. Big Daddy juking and jiving in the trees, but it's not enough. Z-Freak finds him, smashes him with the lantern, and it's another duo of kills going the way of Team Complexity.
C9 would have been really happy to get that kill, but it was so dangerous. Bounty Hunter with those items, kind of weak damage. Puck as well. A very good initiating core, but kind of weak damage. And if they miss the kill, they have to deal with the Spearbreaker charge. And that's what happens. He charges in on the Puck, he pops the dust, and they guarantee the double kill. And C9 just keeps making these little mistakes and these slightly bad calls and slightly bad team fights, and Complexity's punishing them. They're just too disciplined.
Well, they get the tier 1 tower in the bottom lane. The tier 2 will be glyphed out by C9. But it won't stop the siege. This will be the end of the outer towers as Complexity take more and more map control. All the while, Bone 7 doing some split pushing in the top. He will secure the kill on this tower and then TP's home. Fly almost with that LSA cooldown, but not quite. Ziz couldn't TP in time to get a kill on the Pugna.
Nicely done by Pugna there. Shadow Fiend looks like he's dead, honestly. He's being chased down.
Yeah, it's tracked up as
tracked
well.
too.
He'll be intercepted by the gyro, or will he? Nether Strike onto Eternal Envy, gets the second bash, a third bash as well. Z-Freak finding some RNG. BKB's popped to plenty. Swindle will stand his ground. He wants Envy, but will be forced back. Moon rotating his way over, does have a wall of replica, but Complexity don't have the numbers advantage, and they will disengage. Swindle surviving there is just a victory for Complexity.
I liked his play there. I think both players on Complexity played well. Z-Freak guaranteed that the gyro couldn't do a lot of damage to Swindle.
Yeah, that guaranteed stun lock there with the triple bash.
Yeah, well, one of those was a charge, I think, but
I think he Nether Striked and then got 2 bashes in a row.
So when you charge into somebody, you don't automatically get the bash, right?
Yeah.
It's the heroes that you're passing through that get bash, to my knowledge. I might be wrong though.
Let's see.
And the targeted unit will be hit by a greater bash. So I don't even know if he got lucky there. He just guaranteed the chainsaw on the gyro and helped the Shadow Fiend stay alive, and almost led to a gyro kill. But again, Complexity playing it safe. They don't go for the overdive. They have the advantage at this position. Even though the gold graphs are kind of close, I think they're sitting really, really pretty right now.
Yeah.
It looks like only a moderate advantage. Might see the stun. Bone 7 gets caught.
He is in some trouble here. There is some support nearby, though. Fata's there. There will be a long-range charge from the
BKB.
Spirit Breaker. Yeah, BKB used. He still uses the Dream Coil. There's your Glimmer Cape. That'll give Ziz a little bit of time to go for the Nether Ward there, and no way Bone 7 can get out. On the other side of it, Fata on the run. We'll have to orb forward, but Swindle, he's ready and waiting for it. Fata can't jaunt to the orb, and instead will try to juke back the other way. He's got a phase shift here, but now they'll move him into the tree line. There's the Yules.
Again, the charge.
Oh, my.
They know exactly where he is. Oh, now they don't.
Okay, Fata with the cheeky plays. He'll be able to make it home. Very nicely done. Some space created while the rest of his team pressures the side lanes.
Very small mistake there by Moon. I think he should have Iron Shelled the Spirit Breaker to help stop the blink. Because if you can do damage to Puck, he can't blink. And he needed to have the Iron Shell to do the instantaneous damage. So Puck was able to blink to the right and then do the orb. If he has to orb to get out, it's a bit easier to figure out where he is. But once he gets the blink, he's gone. Yeah. But very small mistake. They still get the Pugna out of that. Very nice setup from Ziz. He really doesn't play carry like a typical carry. He's not like a farm all the time. It's really more of a, I look for picks, I sit with my team, I do what my team needs. I don't aim for the super late game with the items. I feel like he's really active, and though his farm is suffering as a result, it's leading to more ganks and more setups and more pressure on the map that C9's not used to.
Yeah. It made a lot more sense in Game 1 when he was paired with the Wisp to see him rotate so much, but it's interesting to see in back-to-back games here how he plays basically the same style with or without that taxi service. And in both games now, to decent effect. There is a Sentry Ward down here for the Radiant. Big Daddy needs to be a little bit careful. They could potentially set a trap, but no, they will scatter as Envy tries to split push down bottom. Envy is in Rapier territory here.
Is this the Rapier? I think it's a little scary here. They're kind of throwing some team fights. Bit of a charge coming in. What is this?
Charging across, going for Bone 7, and that
was weird. Okay, he's like, that was stupid, I'm dead.
Okay, he's got teammates here.
Oh, great Glimmer Cape.
Glimmer, yeah, all right.
I really like the Glimmer pickup on Moon this game. It was great.
That was really bold, though. That was a pretty crazy charge. Envy TPing out down bottom, Swindle with no way to interrupt.
He's like, he's farming my jungle, that bastard.
Yeah. It is the MKB, though.
Okay.
So he'll play it safe.
I like this. I think he definitely needs a damage item here. Sanjin Yasha would be way too weak. If he goes S and Y, he's just trading items, basically with Shadow Fiend, and Shadow Fiend is ahead of him, so you can't do that. You need a way to kill your opponent. If your carry is ever at a point where he can't do damage to the enemy carry, you've got a problem. So when you're playing carry, you often have to look at your opponent's items and say, okay, he's about to get this. I need this to counter him. Yules to break the track there.
Yep. And now we see a charge onto Fata. Ziz on the side, stuns up Misery.
Oh, they're running.
Freak in potentially some trouble here. Dream Coil is still available. They're trying to decide where to use it. Now Lena in some trouble.
Good Glimmer.
Glimmer a cape as well.
They
She makes it out. On the backside, Ziz pops the BKB. He goes charging in. Moon's here as well, looking for a wall vacuum setup, but can't get the positioning. BKB'd Envy, soon to expire. Nether Strike will knock him back. Call down will connect on most of the team, but it doesn't seem to matter. Vacuum into the wall of Replica. Huge Requiem. They will lose the Lena, but they get the gyrocopter they came for. Now Bone 7 on the run. He'll fall as well.